what? I have to step aside for just a moment here from being a professional. And all day long, I've been sitting back here watching you guys, and all day long, you've been doing nothing but make fun of Roxy for what happened to her at Sacrifice. How can you guys be so cold?
Cold? What are you talking about, biatch? In case you hadn't noticed, Angelina and I are the hottest things going here in TNA. Why do you think we're featured on the show? Again.
Holler! You know, as far as that little bald-headed freak walking around backstage goes, I mean, hey, don't blame us. The beautiful people didn't shave her head. I mean, honestly, Roxy is so disgusting. She is so ugly. I mean, honestly, I think she needs a paper bag. Does anybody have paper bag?
Paper bag? How can you guys be so mean-spirited?
Oh my God. How can you guys be so mean-spirited? Who the hell do you think you are to speak to me that way, you little Barbie wannabe? I mean, just how would you look without any of this bleach blonde bimbo hair of yours, huh? Hey, Velvet, I think Barbie over here needs a little makeover herself.
Oh my God. The next time you step out of line with the beautiful people, we will physically chisel with our fingernails that 10 pounds of makeup right off your pretty little face.
And cameraman, remember, you can shoot all you want, but you can never touch the beautiful people.
I mean, when you hear the beautiful people talk, you just ask yourself, why couldn't it have been one of them that had gotten their head shaved and sacrificed?
Yeah, beautiful people. They said they didn't shave Roxy's head, but they caused it, that's for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following knockout tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number 1, Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. They are the beautiful people.
Did you hear what they just referred to Roxy as? Disgusting, ugly, a bald-headed freak? Beautiful people are taking it a little bit too far.
Roxy's got more beauty inside than these two will ever see in a mirror. But I'll tell you what, you mentioned it, Mike. It was Angelina Love so instrumental in causing Roxy to end up losing that ladder match portion of that match of sacrifice and getting that head shaved. And you know Roxy knows it. You know Roxy is never going to forget it.
No question about that. It was Angelina Love who interfered in the ladder match.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, the team of ODB and Roxy.
You know what? It doesn't look bad. I mean, come on. It doesn't look that bad. And look at her. She goes right at her. I mean, a little, what was the gal?
Sinead
Sinead
O'Connor.
O'Connor. That's what it is.
Absolutely.
You know what? She was kind of hot.
But then at the same time, boy, did you see the stitches in the top of Roxy's head? She made contact, that sick thud when she hit the ladder this past Sunday at Sacrifice. Had to take, I think it was 4 or 5 stitches in the head, in addition to getting, yes, her head shaved bald and ODB fall away slam on Velvet Sky.
I'd like to see Roxy get her hands on Angelina Love. But you know what, Mike? One thing we don't have to have suspense on anymore, Booker T. We know who he's bringing to the ring to face Christian Cage Rhino and the world champion Samoa Joe.
Can you imagine? Booker T now aligned with Team 3D. Yes, the most decorated champion in history. That's what Booker calls himself, along with the tag team that will tell you that they're the most decorated tag team in professional wrestling history. They will be the opponents tonight in our Impact main event for Samoa Joe, Christian Cage, and Rhino.
Wow, Roxy just finally getting her hands on Angelina Love. Angelina just fighting to get out of it, and there she's able to avoid the drop kick. And that cost Roxy, and now Angelina Love goes right after her and just starts slugging her.
You know, Don, I've just been handed a note here. This came from TNA management, from the office of Jim Cornette. We told you we would endeavor to get an update on the condition of Gail Kim, suffering that serious knee injury. We understand that Gail Kim has been taken to a local hospital here in the Orlando, Florida area for an MRI on her knee. And yes, we will stay on top of that story and probably won't have an update for you, though, until next week.
Well, I'll tell you what, it happens in this business. We already know Kurt Angle couldn't wrestle and sacrifice because of the neck injury that he had in South Korea, and Gail Kim now being taken to the hospital with the knee. I mean, it's just these guys put their bodies, and gals put their bodies on the lines, and these things can happen.
Yeah, it's one of those things that happens in professional wrestling, as you said. But remember who was the cause of it. It was Angelina Love taking Gail Kim when it looked like Gail was right on verge of regaining, yes, that TNA Knockout Championship, shoved her off the top rope, and that's how she caused a knee injury. Running clothesline in the corner by Velvet Sky on Roxxi. Roxxi quickly tries to turn it around, but boy, Velvet Sky's all over her.
Well, Velvet Sky here is showing us some good offense, and look at that, got the legs wrapped around the one leg and the neck, and just pulling it out, biting. She's biting the arm.
Yeah, in addition to, well, sort of a variation of the octopus-style submission hold, Angelina Love in illegally, able to knock ODB out to the floor.
Velvet Sky taking control. Roxy's still hurting. I mean, she's a competitor. She really is. She's really shown us an unbelievable arsenal lately and really moving up the knockout ranks. But that ladder match was brutal. And when you got a pin attempt there, she gets the shoulder up, and you got Angelina Love working on you when you're already concentrating on Gail Kim, and then Angelina Love's coming in and taking her cheap shots. She's still reeling and hurting, and you see the stitches on the top of her head.
Boy, Roxy trying to get it going here against Velvet Sky, but not having much luck, much success. Able to use the free leg that time to kick her away. And now we're going to get ODB into play. Here she comes off the top.
Boy, she just dives right at Velvet Sky and ducks underneath Angelina Love and then drop kicks her right in the gut. I mean, right now, you don't even want to mess with ODB.
Yes, drop kicks for both of the beautiful people. Scooping a mid-ring slam for Angelina. Here comes Velvet up. ODB gonna stack up the beautiful people, one on top of the other.
Hey, they like to do everything together. Might as well put them both right on top of each other.
Everything?
Everything.
Got her up again. ODB gonna try and go for that big running move. Stampede right down. Here we go.
1, 2. Oh, Angelina Love just in time to break it up.
ODB, yeah, gaining so many victories with that running power slam. You see Roxy in right now. Roxy and Angelina. Oh, man, Roxy just fired right into the corner.
She kind of put a drum hold on her there in that spin and knocked her right into the turnbuckle. And you see Velvet Sky, well, the referee's checking on Roxy. Angelina Love drop kicks ODB, and Velvet Sky's got her shoulders pinned to the mat.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, the beautiful people.
Yes, teamwork by Angelina Love and Velvet Sky leads to the victory. Beautiful people score the W here on Impact. We're going to send it to the back where Warren is with Christian Cage and the War Machine Rhino.